Dear Aries, everything you are hearing in this moment carries a very special weight. The images that appear are not just cards, but three streams of energy. The reunion of the heart, the transformation of destiny, and the confirmation of values that last. Together, they weave a message of a beginning, not only fresh and new, but powerful enough to reshape the way you see your life. From personal relationships, to legal agreements, to the way you learn to stand tall inside your deepest emotions. The first energy awakens in me the image of a spiritual family. Not bloodlines in the way people usually mean, but souls you have met along the way, those who gave you opportunities, lessons, or even trials. And now, a gift is approaching. Not just a symbol, but something tangible, a right, an opportunity, a place of recognition. Something that once was hidden, now revealed. It feels like a document stored in the universe, sealed long ago, finally opened. No longer just a promise, but a reality taking shape. The amazing thing is it was signed long before, not in earthly books, but in the records of destiny itself. A decision made by someone, an act of goodwill, or an invisible agreement has reached you now. This is not about loss, it is about empowerment. It is proof that what you once sowed with patience and integrity is returning to you. This energy of transformation does not signal a tragic ending. It is the overture of maturity, the prelude to a new cycle. A door long closed is opening. A file long forgotten is being brought to light. An opportunity once dismissed now becomes the key to lift you higher. Aries, you are invited to step into this space, not only with joy, but with awareness that you stand before a test of character and integrity. You are the very center of this activation. And now, instead of reacting only with emotion, the universe calls you to handle this moment with wisdom and honor. The teacher, the symbol of official recognition, does not come only to advise, but to confirm. This journey has structure, it has order, it has oversight of law, and of the very principles you hold dear. Do not see this as a purely spiritual story. See it as a lesson in professionalism, in preparation, in receiving opportunity while keeping your dignity intact. Everything in this movement is legitimate. You are being recognized, but with recognition comes responsibility. Respect the process. Respect the signatures. Respect the clarity. This is the lesson of responsibility. When you inherit something, whether a legacy, an opportunity, or a role, you also inherit the duty to serve, to share, and to lead. And if what you are hearing touches your heart, remember this. This message is not to make you passive, but to awaken in you the desire to prepare, to learn, to rise, to meet what is coming. Consider it an invitation to elevate your life, not just to receive, but to give. Not just to be granted something, but to value it deeply. I also see a powerful image standing beside you. Not a specific person, but the symbol of your inner guardian. That wise and mature part of you that has been silently watching over you through every trial. Reminding you that patience, kindness, and the will to keep learning are the truest legacy of all. It is the mother figure, the teacher, the higher self within you, offering protection and guiding you to walk with steadiness. Aries, this is not just a forecast, it is a reminder. Everything arriving now is not random fortune, but the consequence of how you have lived, how you have loved, how you have held on to integrity. When you walk through this door, you are no longer a bystander. You are the one who builds the future. You are the one who turns rights into values, who turns inheritance into wisdom, and who turns success into service for the greater good. Take a deep breath and feel that strength within you. This is the moment to ask yourself, how will I use this opportunity to live a life of greater meaning? How will I lift others as I rise myself? That, Aries, is the most human and divine lesson the universe is giving you right now. There are people in life who never speak their emotions out loud, but leave their mark through actions, through documents, through decisions made quietly, yet carrying enormous weight. And now one such document, a will, a contract, a legal text, is calling your name. Once it was hidden by disputes, by fear, or simply by time not yet ready. But now it is awakened. And very soon your name will be spoken aloud in a solemn space, with witnesses, with law, with authority present. Yet, the high priest appears reversed, revealing this truth. Not everything was clear at the beginning. Someone tried to hide this document's existence. Perhaps out of greed, out of ego, or out of the urge to control what was never theirs. But remember, Aries, the universe does not allow truth to be buried forever. Sooner or later, light breaks through the dark, and now every secret is being revealed. And the surprise is this: the legacy is not only money. I see a property, a home, a land, a space tied to safety and roots. Something you may never have dared believe could be yours. You have grown used to scarcity, to building everything from nothing. But this time, your name is already written in destiny's flow. A reminder that some things were always meant for you. The Nine of Wands appears, reflecting your state of heart. You have lived on guard, always defending walls built around your spirit. You have felt unrecognized, unseen, pushed aside, and that has made you lock your heart tight. But now, you no longer need to fight. What is coming does not depend on approval or rejection from anyone. It depends on the higher power of the universe. A power more fair, more luminous than human will. If you have been restless, sleepless, anxious with no clear reason, perhaps it is not illness. Perhaps it is your body already sensing the shift. Energy of legacy, of truth, of change is so strong that your soul feels it before it arrives. And now, I invite you into a small but powerful ritual. If this message resonates, write just one word in the comments. Will, do not do it for me, do it for yourself. Because when you write it, you are not just typing letters. You are declaring to the universe, I am ready to open my heart and receive. That small act synchronizes your intention with the rhythm of destiny already moving toward you. The universe offers yet another reminder through the Five of Pentacles. It brings back memories of days of lack, of feeling abandoned, of nights when you looked around and believed you were given less than others. But from that loss, you learned how to endure. You learned how to build from scraps, how to walk even when your heart was heavy. And it is that resilience that makes you worthy of the gift of restoration today. This inheritance is not just material wealth. It carries the love of someone who never knew how to speak it, someone who stumbled in showing affection, but now from another realm has arranged for you to receive what you deserve. This is late healing, but sacred healing. It comes like an extended embrace, like an apology and love that surpass death itself. And then the world appears, the perfect closure of an old chapter. Aries, what you are experiencing is not chance. This is the ending of an unfinished story, the moment you are handed both justice and peace. You will receive not only material gain, but recognition, healing, and a deep sense of belonging in your soul. If you listen closely, you will realize your heart has already been beating in rhythm with this truth. Trust that movement. Do not dismiss it, for it is the call of destiny. Your soul has known all along this is true. This is no longer just a forecast. It is the closing of one chapter and the opening of another. From the very beginning, we spoke of the activation of a document, a legal paper, a will sealed in the past. And now, that energy is expanding beyond the idea of material inheritance, reaching deep into your soul. This is profound healing, carrying the imprint of your ancestors and the lessons you never realized you carried. What you are about to receive is not only property, it is medicine for memories that were never reconciled. The next card, the Six of Cups, pulls me back to distant images, childhood, emotional absences, promises never kept, long silences within your family line. The universe now chooses to heal, not with words, but with action. It is as though a fracture from long ago is finally being sealed. Through this gift, you are repairing something that happened when you were small, perhaps an absence, a rejection, a hidden wound that once made you feel you did not belong. And that is why this activation carries such power, because it does not only correct, it comforts. And it lifts you to a higher vibration. Then comes the Knight of Wands. But here, I don't just see news or action, I see speed. Documents pushed forward, legal notices arriving without warning, encounters that disrupt routine. Aries, prepare yourself. What once seemed delayed will be accelerated. You may get a sudden call, an official email, or a meeting that confirms everything I am saying. This night comes with burning energy. He will not ask if you are ready, but you will still be supported, guided into your role. And then the radiant star appears. It tells me you are protected, that beings of light, guides, and ancestors are watching your every step. Even in the moments you feel lost, an invisible hand carries you. This gift is not random. It was prepared, directed, blessed from higher realms, because deep within you needed this confirmation to believe again in your own path. And now, at last, it arrives. If you feel your life events aligning with this message, you notice it. That is synchronicity. The universe whispering, your time has come. To consciously activate that synchronicity, you can perform a small but powerful ritual. Write one simple word in the comments. Will, not to please me, but to declare your openness to the universe. When you write it, you are not just typing letters. You are signaling your agreement with this journey. You are affirming your intention. And as you do, your own path becomes clearer. People, events, opportunities will appear as if designated for you. Because you are no longer waiting on the outside. You are stepping into the flow. Now, the King of Wands stands in the reading. The image of a man of power with steadiness, with vision. This may be a guardian, a legal figure, a keeper of keys, or even the channel through which the will is activated. What matters is not your emotional tie to them, but their role to sign, to confirm, to execute. To ensure everything is done fairly and lawfully. But look deeper, and the King of Wands also represents you. The mature version of yourself. The part of you ready to stand, to lead, to act decisively yet wisely. This is the reminder, you are no longer a passive recipient. You are becoming the active heir, the one who builds the future. The one who turns inheritance into values, and values into lessons for the community. Aries, this is no longer just about money or rights. This is about dignity restored, memories healed, trust renewed. This is the moment you witness the universe working, to return to you what was once lost, and to hand you the responsibility of living a life more noble, more meaningful. The king in the spread is practical, straightforward, and has already made an irreversible decision. Your presence here is not random. It is the very key that allows this process to unfold. Still, the cards show me the path ahead will not be without challenge. The Five of Wands appears a warning of conflict, resistance, disagreement. Not everyone will welcome this news with joy. Some will question it. Some will oppose. Some will doubt your rightful place in this inheritance. They may say it is unfair. They may say they do not understand why your name was chosen. But remember, this is not a matter of opinion. This is a decision already written, sealed, and delivered from higher planes. No one can deny it. No one can change it. If you have felt that resistance around you in whispers, in glances, stand firm and leave this affirmation below. The universe supports me. That is your declaration of power. It is your direct link to the energy now at work. And by writing it, you are saying, I trust what belongs to me and I need no outside approval. And then the reverse Eight of Swords appears, and it moves me deeply. This card speaks of release. It tells of a situation that once trapped you in fear, in endless paperwork, or in mental barriers you thought you could never escape. But now, everything is being unlocked. What I see is a door that has been shut for so long, now opening with an invisible key. And you, Aries, you are the one stepping through. The High Priestess comes right after. She carries the message of intuition, wisdom, and spiritual connection. This card confirms what you already knew would happen. Maybe through a dream, a feeling, or a certainty you could never explain. You don't need the paper in your hand to believe, because what you feel is the truth. This is your reminder to trust your inner knowing, because your soul has been waiting for this moment for a very long time. And as I speak this message, one image repeats itself. The number 21, it may be a date, a number on a legal document, or simply a sign. Write it down because it will return to confirm you are on the right path. And then comes the Nine of Cups, the card of wishes fulfilled. I see the image of someone receiving news, closing their eyes, exhaling, finally letting go of a weight carried too long. That is you, Aries, a deep release, a joy rising in your chest. The knowing that every effort, every loss has finally been answered. But with this joy, the reverse Seven of Swords gives a warning. Someone has not been honest. They may have known of this document, but chose silence. They delayed, manipulated to keep the benefit for themselves. But falsehood cannot survive forever. Now all is being exposed. And the universe, in perfect justice, is placing every piece back where it belongs. Take a deep breath with me, because the next card shines with new fire, the Ace of Wands. This is the spark of creation, the birth of a new path, the invitation to plant your seed. You are not only receiving a material gift, you are being given the drive to begin to create, to light the way forward. Aries, this is not only inheritance. This is rebirth. You are reclaiming what has always been yours, but more than that. You are being asked to turn it into a guiding flame, not only for yourself, but for those who seek hope and justice. What is happening is not just a reward. It is the foundation for a brand new chapter. The Three of Pentacles reminds us this legacy did not appear out of nothing. It was built, structured, the work of many hands and hearts. There may be two others involved, family members, perhaps, or close companions of the one who left the will. But here's the truth, you are not competing. Each one has their share, and yours has already been written. No one can deny that. And then the Chariot appears, the card of movement, of direction, of momentum. It signals change that may come quickly. A trip to sign papers, a meeting of importance, even the transfer of property in another city. What is certain is that this inheritance activates your path. It calls you into decisive action, because what is coming requires your presence, your will, your determination. Before I close this section, let me remind you of something important. If this message touches your heart, if every word feels like it is calling your name, consider a personal reading. There we can look deeper into your unique energy, explore the details that belong only to your story. The link is in the description. Aries, this is not a dream. The will is opening, and your name is written there. What is about to happen will change your life in a way that cannot be reversed. The energy flowing from this document is so precise, so undeniable, it defies coincidence. What you are receiving is not just money, not just property. It is the recognition of a story left unfinished. It is the confirmation of your place in a family structure that may have overlooked you for years. And right here, the Four of Pentacles shows itself. The image of someone clinging tightly to what they believe is theirs. This is no accident. It represents someone close to the one who made the will, someone who tried to hold back this inheritance. They may have believed they had more right, more say, more claim, but what they do not understand is this. The will was written with clarity, intention, and love. What is written must now be fulfilled. This card is also a reminder for you, Aries. It is time to stop waiting in silence. You no longer need to prove or justify yourself. This is not a battle for possession. This is the confirmation of what already belongs to you. Trust that the universe is rebalancing what has long been unequal. And at that exact moment, the Ace of Swords cuts through. A flash of truth, a legal signature, a phone call that ends all doubt. Aries, this Ace of Swords is the legal confirmation that changes everything. It may come as an official email, a call from a notary, or an announcement with your name spoken aloud. That moment will be the turning point. Truth can no longer be ignored. The Ace of Swords brings justice, and you are the one receiving it. Soon after, the Ten of Wands appears. The image of burdens you have carried for so long. It shows me exhaustion not only in your body but in your spirit. You have held responsibilities that were never yours, stayed silent out of respect, endured out of love. But every weight has its limit. Now, that limit has broken. This is the moment to lay it down. Not to run away, but to free yourself. To step into a new chapter, lighter, stronger, with power in your hands. And that is the core message. You are not only inheriting wealth, you are inheriting dignity, justice, and the chance to build a future on solid ground. This legacy is not just reward. It is inner freedom. It is as if the universe whispers, you no longer have to carry burdens that were never your choice. And as that message is spoken, the sun appears. One of the purest, strongest cards in the deck. It brings clarity, truth, joy, and undeniable revelation. Aries, everything that was once hidden will now be revealed. No more secrets. No more alternate versions of the truth. Your name will be brought to the front, not out of ego, but out of worthiness. This is the moment when others finally see that you were right, that you are accepted, that you are truly an irreplaceable part of the structure. And with the light of the sun, the abundance you receive goes far beyond numbers on paper. It opens new connections, new opportunities, and lasting relationships waiting for you to nurture. But with this light comes an important lesson. The Two of Pentacles appears, reminding you of balance, of practicality. When the papers, the property, the opportunities are finally before you, you will face choices. To hold or to sell, to invest or to preserve. This is not a call to fear. It is a call to calm. To find balance, to seek counsel if you need. Because what you receive is precious, and the way you manage it will shape the next chapter of your life. Then the King of Pentacles appears. The image of one who is mature, steady, wise in building and protecting. Not only enjoying, but investing, cultivating, and leaving a legacy for generations to come. This energy confirms, Aries, that you are evolving into the builder, the creator. After years of chaos, you are given the chance to create from stability, to step into leadership instead of living in reaction. But before you enter that role, the universe asks you to face old wounds. The Three of Swords rises, a bell from the past. Betrayal, disappointment, words never spoken but wounds left deep. You know what it feels like to be excluded, to be left behind. Yet this card does not come to reopen pain. It comes to remind you of how far you have come, of the strength you now hold, and that you are ready to close that chapter with dignity and clarity. And right at that turning point, justice arrives. The final confirmation that this is not just a spiritual symbol, but a truth sealed in law. A document signed, stamped, recognized by authority. You no longer need permission. You no longer need to beg. Your name is there, and that is unshakable truth. If you feel this message speaking straight into your heart, if your body resonates as you listen, write in the comments. I accept the justice of the universe. This is not just a phrase, it is a declaration. It is you opening your heart to receive what was once denied. It is you aligning your will with divine fairness. And finally, the Six of Swords appears. The energy of movement, of transition. It may be a journey, a relocation, or a great step forward in your life. This is the image of you leaving behind the shadows of chaos, of laying down the heaviness, of moving toward peace. You are not just healing, you are being guided toward balance and wholeness. Calm waters, an open horizon. In Aries, this is the moment you turn toward destiny. The Four of Wands rises, a symbol of celebration, stability, and home. Doors opening, people gathering, a foundation rebuilt. This inheritance is not just financial change. It is the chance to begin again with roots, with safety, with meaning. The will is not just paper, it is sacred justice. And what comes next reveals its deeper purpose, redemption of an entire story. As if the universe has been waiting for this moment to return to you the missing piece. The reversed Eight of Cups appears, a card of unfinished departures. It speaks of what once walked away, unresolved issues, promises broken, exits without closure. But now that energy returns, not in the form of a person, but in a gesture made real. A handwritten will. This is how a soul from another world ensures the gift reaches your hands, closing a cycle that has been waiting too long. Yet not all will welcome it in peace. The Five of Swords shows up, the card of tension, selfishness, manipulation. Yes, there will be arguments, doubts, attempts to discredit what is rightfully yours. But remember, you do not need to fight. The document exists. Your name is written. No one can erase it. And just as the air grows heavy, the Knight of Cups enters. He carries the energy of reconciliation. A gesture of the heart, perhaps an apology, perhaps an offer of healing from someone who once felt distant or cold. Maybe this very will, instead of dividing, will become a bridge to mend what was broken. Aries, don't close your heart too quickly. Listen, because this time the message comes with sincerity, no masks, no games. Then the Ace of Cups shines, one of the deepest gifts in all of tarot. This is not about money. It is about emotion, about excitement, openness, a beginning that flows straight from the heart. Aries, receiving this inheritance means accepting a sacred truth. You matter, even if your name was once forgot, even if you felt denied, the truth is you were remembered. You were valued, you were written in. The Ace of Cups tells me emotions will overflow. There may be tears or a silence full of peace. But in that moment, you will feel your soul release like a clear stream running through your heart. And then the Two of Swords appears, the crossroads. After all the storms, you will face a decision. What will you do with this gift? Where will you take it? How will you shape it into something that builds the next chapter of your life? Aries, this is not only the time to receive, it is the time to choose, and that choice will carve your name into the path ahead, not only for you but for those who walk with you. The Two of Swords reminds you decisions will come. To keep the property, to sell, to begin a project, or perhaps to restore family ties once broken. Do not trap yourself in fear. Do not let pressure silence your intuition. Listen to your heart, because any choice you make now will open the way to a brand new chapter. And then the reverse Seven of Cups appears. Its energy is powerful. At last, clarity. The illusions, the false promises, the doubts gone. You no longer need to guess. You will see who people truly are. You will know who stands with you out of genuine love. This card also tells me you are becoming focused. You are aligned with your intuition. You are prepared for what is about to arrive. Aries, if there was ever a time when you felt abandoned, when your name was never spoken, this reading is the answer. The universe has seen it all, and now, card by card, it is returning justice to you. Judgment appears, one of the most powerful cards in the entire deck. But it does not speak of punishment, it speaks of resolution, of redemption, of matters being brought into the light so they can finally be healed. It is a call from another dimension to close what has been left unfinished, to end what has been delayed. Your name has been written, signed, sealed. Even if someone tried to hide it, even if they attempted to delay it, now it is revealed. And there is no turning back. In this moment, the King of Cups appears. The energy of a man both deep and sensitive, though perhaps in life he was stern, restrained, quiet with his feelings. He may well be the soul of the one who wrote this will, the one who left this mark for you. What matters is not the distance that existed while he lived, but the intention he carried. He left this inheritance not out of duty, but out of love, out of recognition, out of a sacred promise he wished to fulfill. And then the Empress arrives. The card of creation, abundance, nurture, and protection. This energy is tied to your very roots, Aries. It shows me this inheritance can become the foundation of a home, a sanctuary, or even a creative project you will plant with awareness. It is not just a gift to enjoy, but a seed for you to cultivate and leave your mark upon the world. Next, the Three of Wands confirms rebirth. Doors opening, opportunities approaching. This is not the end. This is the beginning. After the signing, after the confirmation, after the handover, a wave of proposals comes. Doors swinging wide, paths stretching out before you. What once felt stuck is now in motion, not by chance, but as the fruit of years of patience, years of quiet sowing. Aries, I want you to pause here. If you feel this message belongs to you, write in the comments. I am ready to open the new chapter. It is not just a phrase, it is a ritual of activation. When you write it, you are saying to the universe, I accept, I trust, I am ready. And your energy will resonate with this sacred message, guiding you into a new era. If you wish to see how this process is working in your own life, remember you can request a personal reading. The link is in the description. There, we will go deeper into your unique energy and uncover the details of every step the universe has placed before you. This is the closest and clearest way for the universe to deliver a message meant only for you. The Seven of Wands now appears with a strong energy, like both a warning and a gentle reminder. Stand firm. Aries, you may face questions, pressure, or people who try to deny your right, even force you to surrender. But this is not the time for anger nor for fear. This is the time to hold your ground with certainty. You are not alone. You have legal support. You have spiritual support. And above all, you have the support of the universe. No one can strip away what destiny has already written in your name. Yet tarot whispers, this journey is not only about battle. It is also about love, reconciliation, reunion. That is why the Six of Cups now shines brighter than before. It signals honest conversations, warm gestures, gentle eyes meeting once again. Perhaps through this will, some family ties will mend. Not all, but those ready to grow will be healed. For this inheritance is also medicine for the soul of the family. And to close this section, a card gleams like a seed of new prosperity, the Ace of Pentacles. This is not luck falling from the sky, it is a blessing long cultivated. Aries, what you receive now is no longer just a reward. It is repayment. It is the sacred contract between your soul and the universe. If you manage it with wisdom, it will become the foundation for a life that is stable, free, and creative. We are standing at the threshold. The will has been read. Your name is there, and the final cards reveal what lies beyond ordinary reach. Aries, we have arrived at the last stretch. And the tarot message is now so clear, so undeniable, it confirms everything spoken until now. This does not only activate an inheritance, it activates a rebirth complete and absolute within your life. As if when your name was spoken on that paper, a new version of you was called into being. Stronger, more connected, aligned with your truth, the Hermit rises to open this final part. A figure of reflection of wisdom distilled through experience, of inner light guiding from silence. Aries, every moment of solitude, every silence, every question of who am I in these past years has not been wasted. Before you make any decision about what you have received, give yourself a moment to connect with your own center. Don't rush. Let your intuition, that natural power within you, be your guide. Then the King of Swords appears. He represents justice, logic, and the purest form of truth. This king is the image of the judge, the notary, the lawyer, those who represent the law, acting on your behalf. The energy of this card assures that the document carrying your name will be carried out exactly as it was written. No one can change it. No one can stop it. This is truth that cannot be denied. But tarot does not end with the legal realm alone. It also wants to show you how this process will transform your daily reality. That is why the Four of Swords appears a card of rest, of recovery, of healing. It says that after all the exhaustion, after all the struggle, you finally find space to breathe. This inheritance brings not only resources, but calm. It is as if the universe is placing its hand on your shoulder, whispering, "Now you can set down the swords. You no longer need to defend yourself every moment. You are not alone anymore." And then one of the most important cards in the entire tarot arrives, the Wheel of Fortune. This card speaks of the turning of destiny, cycles closing, new ones beginning. Aries, this entire emotional journey has been leading to this point. The moment when the wheel turns in your favor. The universe is moving on your behalf, and now nothing and no one can stop what is coming. This wheel pushes you forward into another life. Do not resist the change, for even if it feels overwhelming at first, everything arriving now is filled with blessing. Next, the Six of Pentacles shines. It speaks of balance in giving and receiving. For so long, you have given more than you received. You carried burdens that were never yours, you helped others and received little in return. But now the scales shift. What you are receiving is not pity, it is repayment. And from this new position, you will also have the chance to give again, but this time with wisdom, with dignity, not from lack, but from fullness. Then, the Hierophant appears, the sacred seal of higher will. This card confirms that the entire process you have lived through, the delays, the silences, the obstacles were only surface. The higher purpose was always set, and now it is complete. This is the decree from above, signed, sealed, and now manifest in the physical world. Yet tarot offers you a subtle warning. The Four of Cups arrives. After receiving what you longed for, you may feel empty, uncertain. Do not mistake this for ingratitude. It is the natural response of a soul releasing an old version of itself, a version that lived too long in waiting. Allow yourself to feel that chaos. It is the necessary step of adjusting to your new reality. And then a beautiful image appears with the Ten of Pentacles. This is inheritance made real. It is family gathered, assets secured, stability stretching into the future. This is not just your story, it is the beginning of something that can transform your lineage, leaving a mark for generations to come. And as if to close this journey with perfect symmetry, the Fool appears. The card of beginnings. Aries, you are now handed a blank page. This inheritance is only the starting point. You may change cities, begin a new project, build a new relationship, or start an entirely new way of life. The Fool invites you, trust, step forward without looking back, because now you already hold everything you need. And so this reading closes. But before we end, I want you to affirm it for yourself and for the universe. Write in the comments, "I receive what the universe has already prepared for me." That sentence is not just affirmation, it is a seal. It is an activation of energy, opening invisible doors before you. And if you feel there is more to uncover, more to awaken in your personal story, remember, you can always reach for a personalized reading. The link is in the description. Aries, your presence here is no accident. This message, this inheritance, this will has been waiting for the right moment to call your name. Your name has been written. Your name has been spoken, and now your new life begins.